Welcome to the Sandro channel. Make sure that you subscribe.
Hi folks, Sandro here with more cartoon news and shenanigans, and today I'm going to give a special shout out to Tim Jones for sending me this article about Totally Spies getting pushed back to 2024. This is the 7th season of the show, and I did a previous video talking about how, yeah, after 10 years of the show sort of, I don't know, what, did it ever really have an ending? It just kind of like stopped airing. So after 10 years of not having any of the show, it kind of just randomly came back out of nowhere with a season 7. And that was supposed to air in 2023 sometime this year, which is now going to be pushed back to 2024. We're going to read a little bit. It's a very quick article from CBR.com. And I do like to give credit. This was Cassidy Stephenson. And let's read here. So Totally Spies long-awaited season 7 pushed back to 2024. I like how they say long-awaited, because I mean it has been like almost 11. It's basically going to be around 12 years from season 6 to season 7. It was a very popular show when I was a kid. I think like this was one of the weird shows that were like both of the boys and the girls at school would watch it. You know what I mean? Like, there were certain shows like Rugrats or like the Powerpuff Girls or whatever, or especially Kim Possible. The girls really loved the ringtone, the little like toot toot doo doo. All the girls love that on their flip phones, and yeah, there were certain shows where it would appeal to like both demographics. This was one of them. A fan favorite show with a lot of weird fetishes. You guys know, I'm sure if you've ever looked into Totally Spies, you know about the whole fetish situation with this show, where they would have all these like weird sexual scenarios. Yeah, it was it was still a good show though. Like it was kind of weird some of the episodes, but like still a good show. Like I would recommend it. I personally liked Martin Mystery just a smidge more. I don't know. Maybe it's because I like the paranormal aspect of Martin Mystery, but this was still a great show. And those two shows, Martin Mystery and Totally Spies, they actually had an awesome crossover. Didn't they have more than one? They might have had a couple of crossovers. I don't know. But yeah, we definitely seen it where they had like Mom and then Jerry, you know. I think that was cool. Maybe in the future we'll get Martin. I think I did like a video like years ago talking about like how there was some discussion of a Martin Mystery reboot. Maybe that was back in 2020, so that was like 3 years ago when I did that video. But if this does really well, you know, maybe they're just going to bring back Martin Mystery, and maybe we'll get a reboot crossover for both. Or it's not really a reboot; they just continued the show. So maybe we'll get like a continuation of Martin Mystery, and we'll just have these new era, these new like seasons of the shows do a new era crossover. So that could be really cool. So let's keep reading here. Cartoon Network delays the long-awaited release of the 7th season of the classic girl power animated series by Totally Spies. To sometime in 2024. So they don't even know what day. It's getting pushed to 2024. They're not giving us a date, which kind of sucks. So the channel is pushing back the original release date to 2023 to sometime in 2024. Previously, Cartoon Network confirmed the revival Totally Spies Whoop World would act as a season 7 of the early 2000s animated series. And this show was very special because it was one of the few like action shows. Like, we don't get a lot of action shows nowadays, so getting a season 7 of this, the fact that there's so little action shows might actually draw me into. I'll probably check it out at least. But if it was Martin Mystery, like I'll probably watch the whole show. What am I talking about? I do really love my action cartoons, but if it was Martin Mystery, you know, I would immediately be watching those episodes week to week just because I love that show a lot. But this was still a great show too. It just wasn't as it wasn't one of like my top like I definitely like Kim Possible, Martin Mystery, Ben 10. Like this would be like somewhere in the top like 20-25 of my action shows. So it was up there. It just wasn't in the higher echelons. But I still enjoyed it, so I will probably check it out and probably watch it. So season 6 aired 26 episodes for French and Canadian. Hey, look at that. I'm Canadian. Canadian viewers in 2013. That was so 10 years ago then. 11 years ago, yeah. But season 5 premiered in 2008 and in other countries. So there was a huge gap between season 5 and season 6 also. 5-year gap, and then now it's a 10-11 year gap for season 7. who knows? Maybe we'll get season 8 in 2048 or some shit, 15 years from now. Oh my God. So despite the delay, a new report claimed that an official webtoon and audiobooks are being developed. Okay, so maybe, maybe they're delaying it so they could get everything out at the same time, the audiobooks and the webtoon and whatever. Maybe they're like plotting this so that everything correlates and like it all comes out at the same time. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. All I hope is that the animation is good. I hope they don't like downgrade it, kind of like how Fairly Odd Parents, as the show went on, right? As Fairly Odd Parents went on, they really started to like lose the budget, and the show looked worse and worse as it went on. I think they changed to like flash animation or something like that, Fairly Odd Parents, and towards the final seasons there, it was not good looking at all. Very crappy. And I hope the situation isn't the same here, because this is an action show. I hope they're putting a lot of love and effort into the animation. And I'm not a fan of Clover's new hairstyle. I mentioned this in my other video when I first talked about this show coming back for season 7. Yeah, still not a fan of Clover's hairstyle. But let's get going here. So Cartoon Network, this is Cartoon Network News Network. They were the ones who broke the news here on Twitter. Totally Spies season 7 has been delayed to 2024. Additionally, official webtoon and audiobooks are in the works, and not very high engagement. 2.4 thousand. People are liking this here. I mean, it's kind of weird. Like, I don't know. It's not a reboot, so I guess it doesn't have like the same level of hype. Like when a show comes back, I feel like a lot of people like start talking about like, are they going to make changes? Are they going to do that? This is just a season 7, so I guess it doesn't have the same level of excitement, I suppose. But they do say it is a long-awaited. They're putting pressure on Totally Spies here. This better be a good season here. So yes. And just to finish it off here, what kind of cartoon? I already know. Come on, are you kidding? What kind of cartoon? We already know. We don't need to. So the rest of the article we could just skip. It's just hoo-ha. But my hope here is that if that Martin Mystery reboot, is coming down the line, hopefully this delay doesn't like affect it. Like if Martin Mystery was supposed to like start production like next year, and now that got pushed, I hope it doesn't get like pushed too far back, or maybe Martin Mystery just doesn't happen at all. If this fails, if season 7 here fails, maybe they just are like, you know what, Martin Mystery, we don't need to bring that back for a new season, and then they just shelve it. So I'm really hoping this does really well. I'm really hoping, Martin Mystery still is theoretically in the pipeline and happening, and we can only hope for a better future here. So that's the end of the video. Let me know, are you guys fans of Totally Spies? Are you going to be watching the season 7? Are you going to be watching that? Do you think season 8 will ever come out? Maybe I'll do a community poll tomorrow when I do my live stream and be like, hey, do you guys think Totally Spies season 8 will ever come out, or will the show get canceled before then? I guess we'll do a poll on that, and that's going to be the end of the video, so please like, comment down below, share, subscribe, and why not watch an ad for your boy Sandro. Thank you guys so much. Peace out, bye-bye, and have a good day.